Welcome back in, everybody, for game number 2 as the Upperman Bees get set to take on the Trousdale County Yellow Jackets here at Gibbs High School in East Tennessee. I'm Jacob Vincent, joined by Cameron Hughes for game number 2 today. Bees got a win in game 1. They beat Central Magnet, the Tigers, at Murfreesboro 8-5. Really had the offense going. Some good pitching as well from Braden Wolke. He got the job done, was the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game. And now game 2, taking on a Trousdale County Yellow Jacket squad that is 7-1 on the year. They'll have Mason Solons going on the mound as he gets warmed up right now. His last start on the mound was against the Tennessee Heat back on Tuesday, March 10th. Went 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs. He had 11 strikeouts and just 1 walk in those 4 innings. He got the win. It was 3-1. They won that game against the Tennessee Heat. And again, this Trousdale County team only 1 loss on the year. Lineup for the Bees here in game number 2. Dawson Mullins still leads it off. Chris Wersing bats second. Carson Shoup batting third with Denton Huddleston in the cleanup spot. Jackson Green will bat 5th. Braden Wolke batting 6th. Batting 7th is Braden Green. Dalton Mathis bats 8th, and batting 9th is Andrew Hedrick. Maddox Barnes will be on the mound. He is not batting in the lineup, being hit for by Braden Green. So it'll be the Bees again, the away team on the scoreboard. They will bat first. For the second straight game, they got the win in game 1 against that Central Magnet team, 8-5. They had 5 runs in the first inning. Opened the ball game up with 4 straight hits. Now taking on a pitcher in Solons. His last outing was actually a relief appearance, just 1 inning, but he has thrown it well already this season, albeit in just a handful of innings. He starts it off here against Mullins at the plate and pumps a strike in there for strike 1. Gibbs was able to take down the Central Tigers in the game in between here. They beat them by a run rule in game number 2 today. That one misses just a little bit outside. The count goes to 1-1 here on Dawson Mullins, who had a nice game in game 1. Got aboard 3 times, scored a couple of runs. He had 1 hit in there, too. Doing exactly the job the leadoff man needs to do. Swings at this one, sends it up and out of play, and he's behind the count 1-2. The weather got a little bit hairy there in game number 2. The wind was gusting. The rain was picking up a little bit. It is significantly cooled off for the second game for the Bees, game number 3 in all here at Gibbs High School. Wind still blowing a little bit from left center. This one swung on, and that'll be out of play again, and it's still 1-2. Seems like the rain is pretty much subsided, and obviously could pop up again, but fairly dry out there right now, and it is brisk. Mullins back into the box with a 1-2 count. Solons on the mound will bring it home. And the breaking ball got him to look at it. It's a drop third. Mullins will make his way down to first. The throw is a good one, and it's the first strikeout of the game for Mason Solons on the mound. So Dawson Mullins goes down looking, and Chris Wersing now will step to the plate for the first time today. In game number 2, I should say. Wersing drove in a run, scored a couple of times back in game 1. He is swinging it well early on. First pitch from Solons into him. The fastball is a called strike on the bottom part of the zone, 0-1. Today's broadcast, once again, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. Appreciate them for being the presenting sponsor of Upperman football, basketball, and baseball all school year long. As this one is swung on high in the air to right, shallow right. Coming onto it, the right fielder got a great jump on it. He's able to make the catch out there in shallow right field. Is Landon Soper for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, and Carson Shoup will step to the plate with nobody on for the Bees here in the top of the first. Bees were able to get double-digit hits in game number 1, and that one's off the end of the bat. That'll be a foul ball. And that was much needed after the showing on Tuesday night, just unable to really muster any sort of offense against the Jets, and Eli Gloop on the mound was really solid. Coach Cheng saying they had a really good couple of days of practice before coming out here to East Tennessee and got the win in game 1. They'll have 1 more tomorrow. This one is swung on off the end of the bat again at short. He gloves, throws to first, and that's a quick 3-up, 3-down inning for Trousdale County. They'll come to the plate in the bottom of the first. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. It's the bottom of the first here at Gibbs High School. The Bees out in the field taking on the Trousdale County Yellow Jackets, who come to the plate starting like this. Gavin McGuire leads it off. Gavin Linville will bat second. Bo Contheron will bat third. Batting fourth is Eli Wright. Kane Bush in the fifth spot. Caleb Frucci bats sixth. Batting seventh is Peyton Scruggs. Hunter Scott will bat eighth, and Mason Solons in the ninth spot. In the field for the Bees and on the mound is Maddox Barnes, making his second start this season, fourth appearance on the mound. He's got a 5.40 ERA. He's 0-1 so far in 11 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 15 hits, 12 runs, 9 of them have been earned. He's got 4 strikeouts and 2 walks, and a batting average against of .294. In the field behind him, he's got Denton Huddleston behind the plate over at third base, and they did change it up. I believe that's Hedrick over there at third base, which means, where's Jackson at? Jackson Green is out in left. Braden Wolke is out in right. And then center field would be Mathis. Chris Worsing is at second base. Carson Shoup at first. And Dawson Mullins is at shortstop. So get to see what Barnes is made of here against a Yellow Jacket squad that has 7 wins on the year. And they haven't played this week other than yesterday. And got a big win against Fulton 11-3 yesterday. They had 19 hits in the win yesterday as well. They are seeing the ball well. So Gavin McGuire, the center fielder, will step in, a lefty, to start it off for the Yellow Jackets against Barnes on the mound. He delivers home, and a check swing got him go through. It's a strike, and it's 0-1. Barnes delivers home the 0-1. Swung on, left side, drifting foul, and just barely. It is a foul ball. It was hit well, and it's 0-2. Just a long and loud strike 2. So it is Andrew Hedrick at third, Mullins at short, Worsing at second, and Shoup over at first. And then Green is out in left with Mathis in center, and Wolke in right, Huddleston behind the dish. Barnes ready to go with the 0-2 pitch. Time is asked for and called. Stepping out will be McGuire. He'll take a beat and step back in. Now Barnes ready to go. The 0-2. It's going to miss just a little bit outside, 1-2. Opportunity this weekend for a lot of these younger guys to get some more innings, both tonight and then tomorrow as well against Strasburg Franklin out of Ohio, before getting back into district play against Livingston Academy starting next week. That one's called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Maddox Barnes starts off the outing with a strikeout looking. So he sits the leadoff batter down in Gavin McGuire, and now Gavin Linville will step to the plate, the second baseman for the Yellow Jackets. Back-to-back lefties to open it up in the starting 9. Nobody on for Trousdale County. 1 away here in the bottom of 1. Bees went down in order in the top half. Barnes brings it home. It's a called strike. Braden Wolke had a great start to the game. That first time through the order, really solid. And then the Central Tigers were able to find some success against him, but the Bees were able to build enough of a cushion that it ultimately didn't matter in the end of it. And then they were able to add on the insurance. That one misses outside. It's 1-1. Closed out by Jackson Green as well. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Linville. Barnes into his motion and delivers home. That one going to miss inside. And he goes to 2-1. Got all the way to the backstop. Huddleston couldn't quite get the glove over to it. Barnes looks in. Huddleston relays the sign and the 2-1. The breaking ball called strike on the outside corner. He's living out there right now. Got McGuire to look at it for a called strike 3. That time he ends the count up at 2 apiece. Another 2-strike count here for Barnes on the mound with 1 away in the first. He delivers home. Goes outside again, a little too far that time. The count runs full for the first time today. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the second baseman for the Yellow Jackets in Gavin Linville. Barnes delivers home. Right back to him. He gloves. He'll jog over to first, flip it, and that's out number 2. Nice snag by Barnes on the mound. And he's gets it over to first quickly enough for the second out of the inning. So the designated hitter and Bo Cawthron will come to the plate. He looks to his head coach over in the third base coach's box and Sidney Cozart. Now we'll step in against Barnes with nobody on and 2 outs. Good frame there by Huddleston. It's strike 1. He's fairly straight up defensively. The wind starting to die down finally. That off-speed pitch is a called strike in the inside corner. Barnes has it working early on. Towards the end of that second game, that wind was gusting. It was not pretty out there. Still isn't. It's a little bit better. The 0-2. Swings right through. It's strike 3, and Maddox Barnes goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of 1, scoreless through 1. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
0-0 as we get started here in the second. Bees back to the plate. 4, 5, and 6. Both pitchers go 1-2-3 in the first. Mason Solons and Maddox Barnes on the other side for the Bees. Both these teams coming in on some wins. A win yesterday against Fulton for Trousdale County. 11-3. A win for the Bees earlier on today and just a few hours ago against Central Magnet, 8-5. So Denton Huddleston will lead it off. Oh, he had the pitch comm was still hanging out. So they're going to get that tucked in. Huddleston will step in. First pitch swinging, right side of the infield, and Yellow Jackets are there. Good glove. Throw to first is in time. Another quick out to open it up, and a nice play over at second base by Gavin Linville. These pitchers and these defenses have come to play early on, first few batters in. Nobody's been able to barrel anything up too well yet. Jackson Green now stepping in, seeing if he can't become the first player to barrel something up. Solons delivers home to him and misses high and away. Bees haven't seen too many pitches just yet either. Worsing and Troop both swinging on the second pitch. Mullins, he worked a 1-2 count and fouled off a couple. ultimately struck out looking. Solons brings home the 1-0. That one swung on, fouled off. It's 1-1. Green closed the game out in game one, inherited a couple of runners. They both scored, but it didn't matter. They had the 5-run advantage and still won by 3. And a good day at the plate as well. Reached 3 times, scored a run, had a double in there. That one misses inside and going to bounce all the way back to Solons on the mound. He's going to ask for a new baseball in the process. 2 balls and a strike here to Jackson Green. We did see 1 home run in the Gibbs game over the left field fence. That ball was absolutely crushed. Seen a few hard hit balls by the Bees out to right in the first game. That one misses low and inside, 3-1. A lot of them were getting caught up in the wind. It is still kind of blowing in a little bit, but has died down much more. Here in game number 3 today. 3-1 on the way from Solons. And that's ball 4. Jackson Green finds his way aboard. So Green aboard for the first time today. First base runner of the ball game for either side. And with 1 gone, Braden Wolke will step to the plate. Coach Shanks barks out the play as Wolke steps into the right-handed batter's box. Solons will work out of the stretch. As he takes a peek over at first. Now delivers home. And misses outside. It's ball 1. Mentioned the Bees get Livingston Academy coming up Monday and Tuesday. 5:30 start times in those games. This one is swung on and sent up and out of play. It'll be strike 1. That'll be big set of games against Livingston Academy. Got a couple of wins against Still Memorial earlier this week. They were able to beat them in game 1 at home in Livingston and then able to get the job done just barely at Stone on Tuesday. Able to stave off the comeback by the Panthers. There's the 1-1. Popped up right side, coming onto it a couple of different players. Now the second baseman, Linville, will reach out to grab it at the last second. A tough play, but able to make it for out number 2. Kind of drift back in front of his right fielder, and Soper, who was able to make a play back in the first. So 2 gone now, and Braden Green will step to the plate. Brain definitely has that power out to right. We have seen that on display already. First pitch into him, a little high and inside. Dalton Mathis getting the start today on center field, also batting in this second game. He's in the on-deck circle. He'll be followed up by Hedrick in the hole. The 1-0. Big swing and a cut sends it back into the net. It's strike 1. Jackson Green stands at first. He drew the walk. Ground down to pop out, sandwiched around him. Now Braden at the plate with 2 gone. They will check over. Solons went 1-2-3 in the first, had a strikeout, pop out, and ground out. Been able to pitch to some contact. The 1-1 on the way. Chokes that one a little bit, misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. And mentioned his last outing in the start against Tennessee Heat was a while ago, back on March 10th. With 4 innings and had 11 strikeouts in those 4 innings. Only allowed 3 hits, no runs across. Since then, he's appeared in 1 relief appearance in just 1 inning. Comes the 2-1. That one misses upstairs and out. It's 3-1. So a hitter's count here for Braden Green. Jackson Green over at first. 2 gone in the top of 2. No score between the Yellow Jackets and the Bees. Couple of peeks to first. Pitch comes home. Misses inside. Another walk issued to another Green. And there's 2 runners on now for the Bees here in the second. So second walk issued by Mason Solons. Runners on first and second for Upperman, and Dalton Mathis, the center fielder, will step to the plate. Mathis trying to get the batting average up a little bit, just under 200 so far early on this year. Not a ton of ABs to show for just yet. Swings at that one, and it's 0-1. Love to get it going here with a runner in scoring position and 2 gone in the second. Solons brings it home. Another swing and a miss, and he's ahead 0-2. Back in the box is Mathis. An 0-2 count to him. Runners on first and second and 2 gone. Solon's looking back to second, now comes home with it. Same exact spot and got him to look at it that time. A backwards K to get out of the inning, stranding a couple of runners in the process. Still scoreless, and the Yellow Jackets coming back to the plate. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
At the Quality family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
We provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
We're still scoreless as we start the bottom of the second. The Yellow Jackets are back at the plate. 4, 5, and 6 due up for them. Eli Wright, Caden Bush, and Caleb Frucci here in this second inning of action, live on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vincent, joined by Cameron Hughes on camera today. So glad to have you along. Today's broadcast is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. The Bees got the job done in game number 1. They took down Central Tigers out of Murfreesboro 8-5. Finally got the offense going after a bit of a struggle on Tuesday against the Jets, and see if they can't get something going here. Barnes had a great first inning, 3 up, 3 down with a backwards K, a swinging K, and a ground out right back to him. He got all 3 outs there in that first inning. We'll see what he can do here in inning number 2 of action against a Yellow Jackets team that is 7-1 on the year and coming off a win yesterday against Fulton 11-3. Bees will play at Fulton tomorrow, but not against Fulton. They'll take on Strasburg Franklin out of Ohio. So Eli Wright steps in. He's the first baseman for the Yellow Jackets, and another lefty in the lineup. 3 out of the first 4 so far have been. First pitch from Barnes into him, and he gets called strike on that outside corner. Really likes working that outside part to lefties, inside part to righties. He's hitting his spots early on as well. Oh, 1 on the way. Swung on and fouled back. It's 0-2. Coach Farley, the newest coach for the Bees this season, calling the pitch comm, relaying to Denton Huddleston behind the plate, who then gives to the pitchers on the mound. Barnes been able to execute so far. Wright steps up a couple of times. The 0-2 swung on and fouled back. We'll try it again. Leadoff man here in the bottom of 2. He's got a couple of base runners aboard in the top half. Unable to move them around after a couple of walks issued by Sullins. The 0-2 on the way again. Swing and a miss. It's the 3rd strikeout for Maddox Barnes in the first out of the inning here in this second inning of action. So now it's the shortstop, Caden Bush, as he'll stroll to the plate for the first time. Some new baseballs in there, and Barnes will be ready to go. Barnes brings it home. The off-speed that time, going to dip just outside, and it's 1-0. Some scores. NCAA tournament action, Alabama leading Michigan at halftime, 49-47 in a high-scoring affair. St. John's and Duke in a close one as well, as that one getting late in a hurry. That one's going to miss low, and it's quickly 2-0 here on Bush at the plate. Barnes steps on the rubber as he tries to work his way back into the count. And delivers out the 2-0. Swung on into the net. The Bees got the win in game 1, 8-5, as they take down Murfreesboro Central Magnet, a possible region opponent later on this season, if they're able to get through the district tournament, obviously. Still Memorial playing Meigs County right now. They trail that game 9-2. There's that one. They catch him on the elbow guard. They're going to say he didn't try to get out of the way, so they're going to keep him there. So it did hit him. I'm going to say he leaned into it to draw the contact. And so Coach Cozart's going to call time. He'll have a conversation. Tullahoma and Coffee County playing right now. Tullahoma leads at 4-1. We saw both of those teams recently. Some scores from earlier today as well for Cookeville. Took on White County, beat them 15-4. Count 2-2 here on Kane Bush at the plate. That one's going to miss just a little bit outside. The count will run full. White County softball takes down Blackman 8-7 today as well. So Denton Huddleston, his catcher, will trot out there and mention that St. John's Duke score 65-all late in the second half of that contest in the Sweet 16. 3-2 here to Bush at the plate with one away. Barnes got behind in the count, now trying to get back into it. Working out of the windup and delivers home the payoff. It misses upstairs, and that'll be a walk. So the first walk issued, and good AB work there by Caden Bush. He finds his way aboard, and the first base runner now for the Yellow Jackets here in the bottom of 2. So the shortstop is on. Now the third baseman will walk to the plate. Caleb Frucci steps in. That'll force Barnes to work out of the stretch for the first time today. He retired the first 4 batters with 3 strikeouts and a ground out back to him. He comes set, takes a peek, and delivers home. And that one's right there for strike 1. Mentioned just me and Cameron here today at Gibbs High School. Noah decided he wanted to go see the Atlanta Braves in opening day action. Bees will be back in action tomorrow in Knoxville as well. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, missed. It's 0-2. Nobody's been able to make some solid contact from either pitcher so far. Both pitchers been able to hit their spots for the most part. Get ahead in most counts. And work around a few walks. Barnes takes a peek over the left shoulder at first to Bush. Now hones in on Frucci at the plate and delivers home. Check behind the runner. Tag applied is not in time. Elston got a runner against Cumberland County on Monday night doing that with the back pick. Just caught him sleeping on the secondary. The runner's been wary to it ever since for the most part. 1-2 here to the batter and Caleb Frucci. Barnes, a couple of looks, now delivers home. The off-speed, hit left side of the infield, going to be a tough play. Backhanded by Barnes. Throw to first is in time. That is a great play by Maddox Barnes, who had to stride off the mound, backhanded in the process, and throw a strike over to Carson Shoup at first base for the second out of the inning. Caden Bush does advance into scoring position, but they're able to get that important second out. And now Peyton Scruggs, the left fielder, will step to the plate for the first time with a runner in scoring position and 2 gone. And Barnes hadn't played a whole lot other than being on the mound. He's looked good. He's made a couple of plays out in the field. And that one's going to miss outside. Of the 5 outs so far, he has been involved in every single one. 3 strikeouts and a couple of putouts. Bush stands at second base, held on by Worsing. And 2 gone here at the bottom of 2. Barnes with a 1-0. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 1. Mentioned this Trousdale County team, 19 hits yesterday against Fulton. Trying to find something here against Maddox Barnes, who has been really solid early on. Just the 1 walk issued so far. Brings it home. This one swung on. Left side of the infield. Great glove by Hendrick. Makes the throw to first, and it's on the money. They strand the runner at second base and get out of the inning again. Still scoreless, and the Bees coming back to the plate. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment and the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
9-1-2 due up for the Bees here in the top of 3. Game number 2 today for Upperman. They won the first game against Central Magnet 8-5. It'll be Andrew Hedrick, Dawson Mullins, and Chris Worsing due up here in the third against Mason Solons on the mound, who has been solid early on, just a couple of walks, but has been able to work his way around it. He's got a couple of strikeouts and been pitching to contact well. How about Maddox Barnes on the other end as well? He's got a couple of putouts on the mounds. And then a nice play by Andrew Hedrick there to get out of the inning in the second and strand a runner at second base. It's been the only way that either team has reached base so far is the base on balls. And we'll see what Hedrick can do here out of the 9 spot for the Bees to open it up in the third. Mentioned the game in between Gibbs and Murfreesboro Central Magnet. Gibbs won that 10-0 and got a no-hitter on the mound as well. Solons brings home the first pitch. That one going to be a called strike on the outside corner to Hedrick. Hedrick trying to get the bat going a little bit and flip it back over to the top. That one will help, but it's caught at short. A nice play and a great jump out of the shortstop position by Caden Bush. It was hit well by Hedrick, but a nice play by Bush at short for the first out of the inning. Finally, somebody was able to barrel something up, but a nice defensive play out in the field by the Yellow Jackets, and there's one down. So it is back to the top. Nobody on and one out for Dawson Mullins. He struck out looking his first time up as he strides back in for his second appearance. Solons delivers home a check swing. And he did not go. It'll be ball 1. It was much different than Rylan Case's check swing in game number 1 today for the Bees. Here's the 1-0. That one he swings through. It is a foul ball, and it's 1-1. Much calmer weather for game number 3, albeit a lot cooler. The home plate umpire, he's got his gloves on. There's some hoodies out there in the field as well. 1-1 on the way. That's a good breaking ball right there. Back into the mitt for strike 2. So 1-2 here to Mullins. Trying to find his way aboard. Sullins trying to sit him down, and they catch a piece. Well, gets to the backstop. It's just ball 2. Mullins was able to just barely get out of the way of it. The breaking ball forgot to break. So a 2-2 count here to the freshman. Here it is. Swung on and out of play. We'll do it again. Sails past the nice LED lights here at Gibbs High School. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away here in the top of 3. Sullins brings it home. Good breaking ball, hit well out towards center field, but a good beat on it out in center, and the catch is made by the center fielder and Gavin McGuire for out number 2. Well, defenses have come to play early on through the first couple of innings and a couple of outs. So Chris Worsing will have his second appearance. He popped out to right his first time. And shallow right field. Sullins trying to make quick work here in the third. He went 1-2-3 in the first. Had a couple of walks in the second. And has 2 outs already here in this third inning of action. And that breaking ball is across for strike 1. Worsing hitting north of 500 already this season. Continued that trend in game number 1. That one will miss outside. He's got the power to go with it as well. 10 doubles. Actually added on to that tally too, as he had a double in the first game. So 11 doubles already this year. He hits this one down the line, but just foul. And again, another breaking ball, off-speed pitch that he's just a little bit out in front of. He's going to see a lot of those, especially in this lineup with a lot of young players. After the season he had a year ago, really the last 2 years. Worsing will step back in with 2 away and a 1-2 count. Sullins brings it home, misses outside, and aims the count up at 2 apiece. Duke and St. John's in a tight one. Duke leads by 4 with 2.5 to go in that ball game. Comes the 2-2. Another off speed. This one swung on out towards right, and that one is going to drop. It gets past the right fielder, backed up nicely by the center fielder, but Chris Worsing able to make his way into second base. So a base runner aboard with 2 outs. It'll be the first hit of the ball game as well for the Bees. After the diving attempt out and right by Soper, unable to come up with it. So Carson Shoup now to the plate with a runner in scoring position and 2 gone. He grounded out to short his first time. It's a good breaking ball, but it just dips out of the zone for ball 1. Sullins has had a good mix between the two. Gone to the off-speed quite a bit here. This now second time through the lineup as well. Here's the 1-0. Another breaking ball. That time catches a piece, and it's 1-1. Hunter Scott behind the plate, relaying the calls to his man on the mound, and now delivering home, and swung on and out of play, and it's 1-2 on Carson Shoup. Two outs here in the top of 3. Runner on second base is Chris Worsing after the first hit of the ball game for either side. Sullins will step off. Nobody holding on. Worsing, he knows it, and he'll just drift his way back towards second. Sullins trying to get out of the inning and strand another runner in the process. Stranded 2 at first and second, back in the second. Shortstop and Bush will make his way behind Worsing. Sullins delivers home. Breaking ball gets past Scott behind the plate. Worsing will take third. And the Bees have a run 90 feet away here in the third. Count now 2-2 on Carson Shoup. Scott will make his way out to the mound. Wonder if there was a little bit of a miscommunication there. But Chris Worsing now stands at third after it got away from Scott into the backstop. Shoup steps in with a 2-2 count and 2 away. Sullins steps off, and he's going to work out of the windup now. Delivers home, misses inside. Did that hit him? It was close. That's ball 3. And the count runs full on Carson Shoup. Sullins, the payoff. That one did hit him. Got him right on the elbow, and that does not feel good. It's the second time that Shoup's been hit today. The first time caught him right in the middle of the back in game number 1. That time catches him on the elbow, and he does not have a guard on that elbow, so he'll make his way down to first, and he's struggling a little bit, and rightfully so. So another base runner aboard for the Bees as Shoup will slowly walk his way down to first. They'll give him a little bit of time to shake that one off. An opportunity here for Denton Huddleston to maybe break this scoreless tie early on in the third. Shoup says he's good to go. Now Scott will make his way out to the mound and have a chat with Sullins. Give a little extra time for Carson Shoup over at first base. Cade Painter checks on him as well. Add to that, it's about 50 degrees out there right now, too. So runners on the corners here for the Bees with 2 away in the top of 3. And another freshman in Denton Huddleston will step to the plate, grounded out to the right side of the infield to Linville, his first time up at second base. Sullins comes home with it. Swinging first pitch, got him to swing through, and a good stop by Scott. Keeps the runners at bay, and it's 0-1. Huddleston will take a peek at his card, put it right back in the pocket, and step in with an 0-1 count. Sullins will check to first. They had Shoup leaning, and they're going to say he's back in safely. He took just a half step towards second before diving back into first. It was close, but he is back in safely. And it remains runners on the corners and still alive in the inning with 2 outs. A good move by Sullins. Mentioned Sullins hadn't thrown a whole lot this year. Had a relief appearance recently. His last start came against the Tennessee Heat back on the 10th. And now they're working Shoup over at first after he just took a shot on the elbow and now has had to dive back in a couple of times. Huddleston is back in the box. No balls, 1 strike, 2 gone, and runners on the corners. Sullins brings home. Shoup takes off, foul ball, and everybody will reset. 0-2 now on the freshman at the plate in Huddleston. Feels like a big opportunity in this game, albeit early on in the third. Both pitchers have been solid. Just 1 hit between the 2 sides so far. Long look in for Sullins. Looks over at first. Shoup already taking off. He'll step off, and that is a balk. So it's going to score the run, and Chris Worsing comes home, and that is exactly why Carson Shoup took off. Trying to draw something like that, and it works to perfection. So Shoup stands on second. Worsing comes home to score the first run of the game for the Bees. They lead 1-0 here in the third, and Huddleston hadn't even had to swing the bat just yet. Still has an 0-2 count on him. Now he's got a runner in scoring position already with a run across. Still 2 gone here in the third, but the Bees strike first. Now Solon's going to step off. And he's going to ask Scott to come out and have a chat. There's been some miscommunications for the Battery so far here in the third. Had a quick 1-2-3 inning in the first, couple of walks in the second, but was able to work around them, and then had a couple of quick outs here in this third inning with a line out and a fly out. Of course, Worsing doubles. He comes around to score. He advanced to third after it got away from Scott and then scores on the balk. Shoup up to second base in the process. He stands there now with 2 gone and an 0-2 count to Huddleston. Solons brings home. This one swung on out towards right. Soper was playing way in, has to go back, and he makes a heck of a catch out in right field as Huddleston put a charge into it. Way shallow was Soper, but he makes up for it with the speed and gets the final out of the inning. The Bees strike first, though. They lead 1-0, heading to the bottom of 3. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this brand new construction on the Caney Fork River in Sparta. This home sits on 1.6 acres with 190 feet of river frontage and boasts 2,300 square feet of living space with a spacious 2-car garage. Enjoy the river views from your beautiful expanded covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Bottom of 3 here at Gibbs High School. Trousdale County and Upperman in a battle. 1-0 lead right now for the Bees. They were able to scrape across a run there in the top half of 3. Chris Worsing scores the first run of the ball game so far. Maddox Barnes has been solid through 2. Just the one base runner so far. It was a walk. He's got 3 strikeouts to his name as well. He's got a couple of putouts. Nice play by Andrew Hedrick to get out of that last inning. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Yellow Jackets. Hunter Scott, Mason Sullins, and back to the top in Gavin McGuire. So Barnes will get to face the Battery in the bottom parts and then have to face the leadoff man in McGuire, at least in the inning. We'll get the throw down, and we'll be ready for action here in the bottom of 3. So glad to have you along live on the UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. I'm Jacob Vinson. Cameron Hughes is on camera today. Be back with you tomorrow as the Bees will take on Strasburg Franklin out of Ohio. They'll play that one at Fulton in Knoxville. And now Huddleston asking for time as he's looking to the dugout as well. He may be having some pitch count troubles. And he steps back in, looks to be ready to go. So Hunter Scott, the catcher for the Yellow Jackets, at the plate. Barnes brings home the first pitch to him. First pitch swinging. In the air, towards right. Coming onto it a couple of different guys, and the catch is made out in right field. There's Braden Wilkie out there in right, correct? Okay. I forgot to write it down, so I had to ask. Braden Wilkie makes the catch out in right field. So Mason Sullins on the mound for the Yellow Jackets, now stepping to the plate for the first time today against Barnes with 1 away and nobody on. Chokes up on the bat in that right-handed batter's box. First pitch coming from Barnes is going to miss outside. It's really worked the inside half of the plate to righties, outside to lefties. Has really mixed in the breaking ball nicely as well. Now facing the 9th batter in the lineup. That one misses outside. It's quickly 2-0 on Sullins. Barnes out of the windup, delivers home. Same spot, 3-0. Now Barnes going to try to do some work and get back into it with a 3-0 count. Sullins, I imagine, will be taking the whole way. He is, and it's ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued to Mason Sullins. The 9-batter in the lineup flips it back to the top, and Gavin McGuire will stride at the plate. Second walk issued by Barnes on the mound, and then they will get a runner on here for Trousdale County. So McGuire, a strikeout victim, back in the first, strikeout looking. Barnes has 3 of those so far. Total, I should say. 1 strikeout looking, 2 of them swinging. Umpires making sure they got the change. This is McGuire ready to go at the plate. Barnes ready to go on the mound. Everything looks to be squared away, and McGuire will step in. Barnes working out of the stretch, looks in. Not much of a lead over at first. The first pitch to McGuire. Huddleston can't quite glove, and it's going to be a throw down to second. Pretty good throw, but it's not in time. And advancing into second base will be the courtesy runner for Mason Sullins. Huddleston just took his eye off of it at the last second. Couldn't quite squeeze it into the glove. Gets to the backstop and a free bag now for Trousdale County. And a 1-0 count to Gavin McGuire in the process. They're trying to get that run back that they allowed in the top half of the third. Chris Worsing was able to score on the balk by Sullins. Mullins stands behind at short. Barnes peeks back. Now comes home. Well, check swing gets away from Huddleston again to the backstop. No throw this time, and advancing all the way up to third now. Two 2-0 here as Cade McGowan running over at third base for the Yellow Jackets. Taking a couple of bags as they've gotten away from Huddleston. In the last 2, now the 2-0, swung on, fouled off, and it's 2-1. Barnes now trying to make his way back into it. The 1 out so far, the fly out to right, and then the walk issued on a 4-pitch walk to Sullins. McGowan came on for the courtesy runner. Now the infield's going to come in here with 1 out and a runner on third. Trying to cut down the run at home if they can. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball out towards center field. Mathis not going to get there in time. He's able to cut it off, but it will score the first run of the game for Trousdale County. They get their answer, and still only just 1 out here in the third. So an RBI single for Gavin McGuire, and we're all knotted up in 1. So it'll be Gavin Linville stepping to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out. Linville grounded out right back to Barnes back in the first. Barnes a couple of peeks, brings home, and it's fouled off again. The defense at the last second kind of shifting to the left a little bit. You saw Mathis out there in center. Mentioned to Cameron, the camera angle, the way it looks right now for our fans familiar with Livingston Academy, almost looks exactly like our broadcast vantage point at Livingston Academy with the blue fence out there. Kind of off to the right side of home plate as well. We'll be there coming up early next week. It's an 0-1 count here to Linville as he steps back in. Barnes on the rubber, ready to go. Runner bounces off and a quick check makes him dive back in. McGuire over there, the center fielder, has speed. Shoop holding him on at first. Barnes will bring it home. That's a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. A good spot here for Barnes, who has given up the walk and a single in the last two batters. Does have 3 strikeouts to his name so far. Looking for number 4. Takes a look and brings it home. The off-speed swung on. Will send Mathis to his right. Got a great jump on it. Makes the catch, and you saw that shift a couple of pitches ago as he shifts over to his right, and they play him perfectly out in center field, and it's the second out of the inning. Mo Cawthron will step in, the designated hitter. He was a strikeout victim his first time up, as Barnes will try to strand a runner and get out of the inning, only allowing the 1 run so far. 2 gone, runner on first. Cawthron back to the plate for his second appearance. Bees seeing if they can't get the offense going on the other side after this. Runner goes. It was a pitch out in Huddleston. Man, it was perfect. Set up on a platter, but couldn't quite handle it on the transition as he drops it. And it will be 1-0 on Cawthron. So McGuire able to take the bag at second. Huddleston obviously upset with himself. He knew he had an opportunity there. Now Barnes will bring home the 1-0. Off speed, off the end of the bat, and out of play. It's 1-1. Barnes has been able to induce quite a few foul balls so far. Hadn't been a whole lot of solid contact from either side all game long. Just a few swings. Fastball that time blows it past him, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second base for the Yellow Jackets. Here in the third, already 1 run across. On the RBI single by Gavin McGuire. He stands on second after the stolen bag. Barnes will step off, and they'll reset. Then Huddleston looks to the dugout. Now he's got it. We'll relay to Barnes. And asking for time will be Cawthron. He'll step out. Barnes taking his time, trying to make a good pitch here with a 1-2 count and 2 gone on a runner in scoring position against the DH for the Yellow Jackets. Back in and ready to go. McGuire takes his lead, Worsing holding him on from his second base position. Barnes will check back to him. They'll make the throw, and that's a good pick by Worsing. Otherwise, it's off to center field. McGuire immediately back into his lead at second base. Trying to get into the head a little bit of the young Barnes on the mound. Runner goes. Huddleston down to third. Good throw. Did they get the tag? They did. Denton Huddleston throws him out at third base. Coach Cozart's not all too happy about it, but Maddox Barnes and the Bees able to get out of the inning, all tied up at 1. Bees back to the plate. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator simulator today. T-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Both the Bees and the Yellow Jackets get a run in the third. Bees back to the plate here in the top of 4, and they've got 5, 6, and 7 due up. Jackson Green, Braden Wolke, and Braden Green to the plate against Mason Sullins on the mound. Both pitchers been pretty solid early on. Both teams just 1 hit and 1 run so far. And been the pitchers' duel early on. Defenses have come to play. And Huddleston able to toss a runner out to get out of the inning. And get here. The bats back to the plate in the 4th. They got a little bit of action going there in the 3rd. Chris Worsing got the first hit of the game, and then a hit by pitch to Carson Shoup. A balk after that brought Worsing home after he advanced on a ball that got away from Scott behind the plate. That's the run so far for the Bees, and then it was an RBI single by Gavin McGuire in the bottom half of the inning for the Yellow Jackets. All knotted up at 1 between two sides. They played some good ball here early on this season. Mentioned the Bees 5-8 on the year, but all kinds of 1-run games. So that one is going to miss outside. And it's 1-0 here to Jackson Green. He walked his first time. There's the 1-0. Right side, Linville trying to get there. He gobbles it up, but he cannot get to his feet quick enough. And Jackson Green will find his way aboard. Going to be a tough play for Linville there at second. So Green finds his way aboard. Leadoff man aboard here in the 4th will bring Braden Wolke to the plate. Get the runner on as well. That'll be Jackson West coming on to run for Green. Wolke popped out to Linville, his first time up. Back in the 2nd inning. Now the leadoff man aboard for the first time in the game for the Bees, and nobody out. So West brings on some speed over there at first base, running for Green. Wolke had a nice piece of hitting in the first game, drove in a couple of runs. Had 6 innings on the mound. Quick check to first. All over it is West as he dives back in safely. Haven't really had a chance to test Scott behind the plate just yet. This one swung on. Left side of the infield, and that'll be fouled. It'll be strike 1. Getting a pretty quick jump over there was Caleb Frucci as well. He was able to glove it in foul territory. Oh, 0-1 here to Wolke at the plate. Quick check to first again. West had a little bit bigger of a lead that time. He's able to dive back in again. Showing bunt is Wolke. He'll keep it out there. Runner goes. Quick snap throw down to second. Pretty good one. And the ball popped out. So it's going to be a stolen bag for Jackson West into scoring position. A pretty good throw by Scott. Just kind of popped out at the last second. And the count now 1-1 on Wolke at the plate. First baseman going to be playing in and right after Wolke was showing bunt. Would imagine he's probably not bunting now with a runner at second. We'll see. That pitch called strike in the outside corner. It's 1-2. And now Wright will retreat back to the dirt. Almost. He's still playing in a little bit with a right-handed batter. Now he goes. There's the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, a lot of spin. It's going to spin foul. And Wolke just doing enough to stay alive in the AB. Bees in the simple black jerseys today with the Bees in script across the front of the chest in the white pants. Trousdale County, they've got the sweet purples. Purple pinstripes, purple tops. TC insignia on the chest and on the hats. That one outside and evens the count up at 2 apiece. Wilkie back in and ready to go. Sullins on the mound, trying to strand another runner. 2-2. Swung on and fouled back. Good battle here between Wilkie and Sullins early on here in the top of the 4th. Jackson Green found his way aboard. And then Jackson West was able to steal the bag at second in his place. He stands there now with a 2-2 count to Wilkie, delivering home. That misses inside, and the count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Payoff. Upstairs, ball 4. Wilkie wins the battle and will trot down to first base. Great AB there by Wilkie, who finds his way aboard. It's the 3rd walk issued by Sullins today. And still nobody out here in the 4th. Here comes Braden Green to the plate. Big opportunity here for the Bees in a 1-1 ball game in the top of 4. Not much of wind anymore. You can see the American flag in dead center field, still moving around just a little bit. So is the net here with the backstop, but not quite as ferociously as it was in games 1 and 2 today. Bunt shown, pulled back, and the pitch misses high. They're covering the bag over at second, so Wilkie had to make his way back towards the bag at first. I beg your pardon. Second baseman was covering the bag at first. Missed high to Green, so it's 1-0. Sullins, a few peeks back, brings home. Bunt shown, gets all the way to the backstop, and not going to need the bunt now as both runners going to advance up to second and third. And nobody out now to Braden Green with a 2-0 count. You might see some big swings right here from Braden at the plate. Green, just the limited action, obviously, so far this year. The injury in between after the Kingston game came back on Tuesday. That one misses. It's ball 3, and it's 3-0 now to him. So the DH man for the Bees. He's been able to work some of these counts since he's been back. Obviously drew a walk his first time up already today. Runners on second and third here with nobody out. And the 3-0. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Mason Sullins, and the bases are juiced for Dalton Mathis. And they're going to make a change, actually, so they will bring on Sawyer Brown in an opportunity spot here. Coach Cozart will make his way out. And we'll see if we have a change or if it's just a conversation. Bases loaded and nobody out. It's a big spot here for the Bees in a 1-1 ball game in the top of 4. And again, these games just an hour and 50-minute time limit. And they will not start a new inning after that. Runner coming on here for the Bees as well. As Barnes, who was on the mound, will make his way out there to run for Braden Green over at first base. Coach Cozart has his whole infield in. Sullins out there on the mound will stay out there, gets the pep talk with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Sawyer Brown, who stepped to the plate in a pinch-hitting spot in the last game, was able to find himself a single back in the 7th inning of that last game. We'll see what he can do here with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody gone in the top of 4. Brown has 3 runs driven in so far this season. And now the home plate umpire having a chat with Coach Cozart for Trousdale County over at the first base dugout. Making sure they get all the changes squared away. He'll make his way back, and we're about ready to go. Big spot here in the game in the top of the fourth. Solons will step on the rubber. He'll work out of the windup. Brings it home to Brown, and it misses him, gets to the backstop, and everybody's going to stay. As I think over at third, Jackson West thought it may have hit Sawyer Brown. And now Coach Shanks is looking at his lineup card as well with the home plate umpire. So they get that squared away, and it's 1-0 on Brown. This one swung on down the line, and that's a base hit for Sawyer Brown. It'll score one. Here comes two. We'll see if they send the third. Barnes making his way to third. He will be in there safely. And how about a 2 RBI double for Sawyer Brown? The Bees take a 3-1 lead on the base knock. And the offense continues to roll here in game number 2 today. So Barnes all the way up to third on the base hit by Brown. And now the Bees are in business still with nobody out. And runners on second and third. Here comes Andrew Hedrick. What a time it'd be for him to get it going at the plate. That one misses upstairs. Ball one. Solons trying to find the rhythm a little bit here after giving up the 2 runs. The 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. Still nobody out. Single, a couple of walks, and a double allowed so far in the inning here in the fourth. Infield in now for Trousdale County in on the grass. Solons brings it home, and it gets past behind the batter in Hedrick. I don't know how he got out of the way of it, but it's going to go to 3-0. Solons out of sorts right now. Bees been able to make him work here in this fourth inning of action. The 3-0. Watching the whole way, that's ball 4, and the bases are loaded once more. 3 walks now in the inning issued by Solons, and hadn't been able to record an out just yet. And it goes back to the top now, and Dawson Mullins, he's 0 for 2. Trying to find his first trip to first base today. Strikeout and a flyout. He'd take a flyout right now. And now Hunter Scott will make his way out to the mound and have a conversation with Solons. Just trying to find some kind of rhythm. Hadn't been able to find the zone a whole lot here in this fourth inning of work. Started off with a single from Green. Wolke and Green both followed up with walks, and then Sawyer Brown came on and ripped the double down the line to drive in 2 runs. So Dawson Mullins now to the plate, the leadoff man for the Bees. But the 6th Bee to come to the plate here in the fourth, and still nobody out. Infield remains in for the Yellow Jackets. Mullins trying to find himself a poke. Now misses inside. Gets away from Scott. Runner coming home in Barnes. He'll dive head first, and he is in safely. Maddox Barnes scores the run, and the Bees extend their lead to 4-1. Everybody else up a base as well. Brown to third. Hedrick up to second. And now 2 runners in scoring position again with nobody out for Mullins and a 1-0 count. This is a Trousdale County team that should have no shortage of pitching, winning a game yesterday 11-3. And that was their first game played this week. That one down Broadway, a good strike across for Solons. 1-1. Still nobody out here in the top of 4. The Bees have brought 3 runs across. 1-1 on the way. Check swing. It's called strike. 1-2. One ball, 2 strike count to Mullins. Runners at second and third for the Bees, who have already plated 3 in the 4th. And nobody out. 1-2 on the way. That one's outside, gets off the glove of Scott, but nobody coming home. They're just staying over there at third. It evens the count up at 2 apiece. Brown stands at third. He had the 2 RBI double. Mullins, or I beg your pardon, Hedrick at second. Mullins at the plate, and the 2-2 on the way. Right side of the infield, right, bobbles it for a second. Linville behind him, steps on the bag, gets the out. 1 run scores. Now the throw to third. Not going to be in time. It's a really nice play by Linville from his second base position, able to glove it and step on the bag for the out. Does get the job done as the run comes home to score. That is Sawyer Brown that scores, and Hedrick up to third in the process. So Mullins gets the job done on the 4 unassisted. And now there will be a visit to the mound. I'm going to guess we're going to have a change this time with that second trip to the mound. We'll see. It looks like they're going to point to the dugout. So it is a call to the bullpen for Trousdale County. We'll step aside. Bees have taken a 5-1 advantage here at Gibbs High School against the Yellow Jackets. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Well, the Bees have broken it open. They've got 4 runs across in the 4th, just 1 out in the inning, and up to the plate is Chris Orsing with a runner on third base and Andrew Hedrick. So it's a call to the bullpen for Trousdale County as Braden Pruitt will step to the mound for the first time here in the contest in relief of Mason Solons, who had a good start to the game, but kind of got away from him here in this 4th inning of action. Hadn't been able to record an out until that nice play there by Linville at second base on the 4 unassisted. It does score another run, though, for the Bees. And for Pruitt, he hadn't thrown a whole lot this season. And looking through their games, this may be his first appearance. It looks like it is. So we'll see how this goes for Braden Pruitt on the mound with 1 out now in the 4th. The best hitter in the lineup at the plate for the Bees. And the infield coming in. Good luck. Orsing all kinds of power in that right-handed batter's box. Already scored 1 run and has doubled today. That one misses outside. It's ball 1. His second double of the day. Had a double in game 1, a double already today. He's got 12 so far this season. And now 14 games played and can continue to add on. The 1-0. Swung on, popped up. Going to be a tough play as they were playing so far in, but they're able to get back there in time, and Linville is there to make the catch for out number 2. That's a big out right there to sit Worsing down. So Pruitt has come on, gotten 1 out. Now trying to get the job done against Carson Shoup. Shoup trying to continue on with the inning with already 4 runs across. Now the infield will back up with the 2 outs and a runner at third. Shoup was hit by pitches last time up and then was able to induce the balk on Sullins to score the first run of the game as that one's off the end of the bat. It's a foul ball. Grounded out back in the first inning. He'd love his first base hit here in this second game today. Good thing is for the Bees, 8 runs in game number 1, already 5 runs today. Seems like they have found their offensive stride again after only playing a couple of runs against Cumberland County Tuesday night. Comes the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No appeal. It'll be ball 1. So a 1-1 count here to Shoup at the plate. Two gone in the inning. Hedrick over at third. Pruitt brings it home. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Just a bit out in front of that one for Shoup. As now he'll try to bear down with 2 strikes on him. Pruitt with a 1-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the inside corner. How about Pruitt coming in? It gets the pop out and the strikeout against 2 and 3 in the lineup on the Bees, but the damage is done. 4 runs across. They've taken a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom of 4. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Bees got 4 runs on just 2 hits. They did leave 1 runner stranded in the top of the 4th. They have taken a 5-1 lead. 3, 4, and 5 due up here in the bottom of 4 for the Yellow Jackets, now trailing by 4 runs. And Maddox Barnes has a little bit of a cushion. He helped himself out as well. He was able to score a run there in that last inning as he came on to run in the inning. He'll take on Bo Cawthron to lead it off. Eli Wright in the on-deck circle, and Kane Bush is in the hole. Cawthron was at the plate when Gavin McGuire was gunned down by Denton Huddleston behind the plate to end the inning back in the 3rd. Another score update, Michigan on top of Alabama 87-74 with 2:10 remaining in that matchup in the NCAA tournament. Duke was able to advance, taking down St. John's in the first game. Obviously, Tennessee and Iowa State coming up in just a little bit. Michigan State and UConn, the other Sweet 16 matchup before the Elite Eights tomorrow. So Barnes back on the rubber to begin the bottom of the 4th. He was ahead on Cawthron 1 and 2 whenever Huddleston was able to toss out McGuire over at third base. This one popped up. Worsing says he has it at second, and he does for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out here in this 4th inning of action. So the first baseman, Eli Wright, will step to the plate. And again, a Trousdale County team that's only got 1 loss this year, and that was early on this season. have some wins against Macon County, Clay County, beat Fulton yesterday. Bees trying to make it 2 in a row today. This one swung on, a little flare, will be down for a hit in left. And a good piece of hitting right there by Wright. Saw the first pitch and sent it into the outfield. So a one-out base runner aboard for the Yellow Jackets here in the bottom of 4 as they now try to get a little bit of a run going. They got the one run across there in that third inning as McGuire was able to single home Mason Solin's runner and Caden McGowan. So stepping to the plate now will be Caden Bush. He walked back in the second, stranded at second base. Barnes working out of the stretch, takes a peek before he steps on the rubber. First pitch into Bush. Swung on, it's roped into foul territory, and that'll be a foul ball. It's 0-1. Barnes will look into the side to Huddleston behind the plate. Looks over the left shoulder, over at first, to right, and brings it home. In the air to center, Mathis finds it in the night sky and makes the catch for out number 2. Jackson West, I beg your pardon, is out in center field now. The press box boys here in East Tennessee, a little bit different than in Baxter. They just yell at you. It's a more of a considerate whisper here at Gibbs. So 2 gone now in the inning as Caleb Frucci will step to the plate. He grounded out back to Barnes, his first time up back in the second. First pitch into him will miss a little bit outside. Wright got off the bag. Huddleston thought about the back pick and is just throwing it back to Barnes on the mound. 1-0. Michigan continues to hit free throws to ice the game away against Alabama. They lead by 14, 88-74, with 1:10 to go in that one. There's the 1-0 on the way from Barnes. That one right towards Mullins at short. Cannot glove it as it kind of spins away from him on the backhand. That'll be into the outfield. And I think they're going with the E6 in this one. So the E6 will put Frucci aboard. And runners on first and second. So Peyton Scruggs grounded out to the left side of the infield, his first time up. Barnes brings it home. So Carson Shoup is over at third now, correct? Sawyer Brown is at first base. So changes all over the place for the Bees here in the bottom of 4. Runners on first and second. This one back into the net. It's 1-1. Barnes trying to strand a few here in this 4th inning of work after the Bees took the lead at 5-1, brought 4 runs across in the top half. He delivers home. The off-speed popped up, drifting towards foul territory, giving chase. Huddleston dives after it on the warning track, and he kind of trips up, cannot make the grab. It pops out, and it'll just be strike 2. Good effort, though, by Denton Huddleston out of the crouch, able to get to it quickly, and just kind of came up just short. Right in front of his counterpart, and Hunter Scott on the other side in the on-deck circle. So 1-2 count now on Scruggs as he stays alive for at least another pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of 4. Barnes looks back to second and delivers home. Good pick there on the backhand by Huddleston. The count runs even at 2-2. Barnes ready to go. 2-2 on the way. Sawed him off in the infield. Barnes says he has it, and he does. Though he strands runners at first and second, and the lead remains 5-1. Bees on top. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back to Gibbs High School. The Upperman Bees on top 5-1 as we get going here in the top half of 5. It's 4, 5, and 6 due up. Denton Huddleston, Jackson Green, and Braden Wolke due up in the inning. Here in this 5th inning of work, it'll be Braden Pruitt back on the mound. He took over in relief of Mason Solons, who went the first 3 innings and then got 1 out in the 4th. So his day done so far, and Pruitt now on the mound. He got a couple of outs when he came in, a pop out to Chris Worsing and a backwards K for Carson Shoup. So he was able to get the job done in the 4th to get out of the inning after the Bees were threatening for even more. And we'll see if the Bees can get it going again here in the 5th as Denton Huddleston will lead it off. He's 0 for 2 so far, a ground out and a fly out. But a good day so far for the Bees. A win in game number 1, 8-5 against Murfreesboro Central Magnets. Seems they can't do the same thing here against a Yellow Jackets squad that is 7-1 on the year. First pitch in there to Huddleston, misses for ball 1. So both Duke and Michigan advancing in the NCAA tournaments, and the final 2 games of the night underway, almost underway, I should say. UConn and Michigan State, they are underway. Obviously, Tennessee and Iowa State will get going in a little bit. 1-1 count here to Huddleston. This one on the way from Pruitt. That one didn't quite have good grip of the baseball. It's 2-1. Saw that a couple of times in the warm-up pitches. He ripped off a couple of off-speed pitches that were really good, and then a couple that looked like that. Quick worker, ready to go. The 2-1. Called strike in the outside corner. 2-2. 2-ball, 2-strike count to the freshman catcher for the Bees in Huddleston. Swings at this one, left side of the infield. Bush able to glove, transfers, and the throw is in time for out number 1. So nice play by Kane Bush at short, and there's one gone in the inning. And Jackson Green, I beg your pardon, will come to the plate. Jackson West ran for him his last time. Green's had a good day so far, a walk and a single, and then West scored for him his last time to the plate. Steps into that left-handed batter's box against Pruitt on the mound, working out of the windup with 1 gone and nobody on in the top half of 5. A longer look in here for Pruitt. And it misses downstairs. Green able to close the game out on the mound in game number 1 against the Tigers. As that one's a called strike in the outside corner. Has had the bat going as well today. Here at Gibbs. Has found his way aboard quite a few times. 1-1 on the way. Swings at that one, pops it up, drifting towards the dugout of the Bees, giving chase the third baseman Frucci, and it catches the roof of that third base dugout for a foul ball and strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count now to Green at the plate with 1 gone here in the top of 5. Bees were able to open it up a little bit in the 4th, albeit only on a couple of hits. They had a few walks sprinkled in between. They had 3 walks in the inning as well. That was a big reason why. And then the big 2 RBI double by Sawyer Brown. So he was pinch hitting for Dalton Mathis. Here comes the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Pruitt brings it home. That one just misses outside, and the count runs full. A good eye by Green. Green will step in with a full count. And the payoff. Swung on, high in the air to center and shallow center. Back to it is Bush from his shortstop position will make the grab for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th so far, but both batters in Huddleston and Green have made Pruitt work for it. And Braden Wilkie will now get ready to step to the plate for his 3rd appearance. He walked and scored a run his last time up. Two gone here in the top of 5. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Looks like Maddox Barnes standing in the on-deck circle right now for the Bees. See if he gets an AB here in the 5th. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Wilkie. Barnes entered to run for bringing Green back in the 4th inning. Did come around to score, obviously on the mound as well. That breaking ball going to just miss as Wilkie kind of tried to bend out of the way of it. And the 1-2. Bouncer left side. Bush on the backhand. Makes a good throw. And a good pick at first base by Wright for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. Bees still lead at 5-1. Yellow Jackets back to the plate in the bottom of 5. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
At the Quality family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
We provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Upperman Bees enjoying a 5-1 lead here against Trousdale County at Gibbs High School in Knox County. Playing some East Tennessee ball. Got another game tomorrow against a team out of Ohio in Strasburg-Franklin. They'll play that one at Fulton. Coming up tomorrow, the Bees trying to make it win number 2 on the day and start a little bit of a win streak going back into district play starting Monday and Tuesday against Livingston Academy. Obviously 1-1 in district play to start this season against Cumberland County earlier this week, both winning at home. More changes in the field for the Bees. Hedrick is back at third base. Brown is still over at first. Wilkie still in right, and then out in left now is Jackson Green. So Carson Shoup has come out of the field, and he is now into the dugout. Rylan Case is in center field. So changes all over the place for the Bees. 2 up. 8-9-1 for Trousdale County. Hunter Scott, Mason Solons, and then back to the top in Gavin McGuire against Maddox Barnes, who has been solid. Just 1 run on 2 hits so far allowed. Working out of the windup to start it off here in the bottom of 5 He's got the 4-run cushion going. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Scott flew out to right his first time up. And Wolke will take a few steps back. And they'll shift to the right as well. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball that time. Dips low. It's ball 1. Barnes will step back on the rubber. A 1-1 count here to Scott, the catcher for the Yellow Jackets. And delivers home another off speed. That time a called strike. 1-2 to the batter and Scott. Barnes peers over that glove on his left hand and delivers home. Another off-speed pitch will dip just a little bit low. And the count evens up at 2 apiece. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Hunter Scott at the plate. Maddox Barnes on the mound for the Bees. Delivers home. That one bounces in the dirt, and the count runs full. Bees got 6 innings out of Braden Wolke in game number 1. Andrew Hedrick came on for a couple of batters and then was closed out by Jackson Green in the 7th. And now Barnes trying to go a good distance here in game number 2. This one swung on and sent into foul territory. They'll do it again. Save as many arms as you can. Coach Shanks trying to get in as many players as he can as well into the field, and he may try some more guys later in this game depending on the situation. Obviously, you want to focus on getting the win. 5-8 on the year right now. Here's the payoff, and it misses for ball 4. As Hunter Scott will make his way down to first. Third walk issued today for Barnes on the mound. And it looks like the Bees are going to send a couple of guys out to start getting warm for a possible relief appearance for Barnes. They'll bring a runner on here. For Trousdale County. At the plate, they're going to make a change as well. Looks like Pruitt is actually going to bat for Mason Solon, so the straight-up switch there. So Pruitt will step to the plate. I believe coming on to run was Weston Dennis over at first. And now Coach Farley will make his way out of the dugout and have a chat with the infield. And Barnes on the mound. Just make sure everybody knows the situation. Still nobody out and a runner on first base, and the 9 batter at the plate in Pruitt. They haven't seen yet today, at least at the plate. I mentioned a young team in the Bees this year. Got a couple of seniors, a couple of juniors, and then a ton of freshmen and sophomores. Bees have their conference. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. Gets a little bit breezier. We're again blowing in from left field, kind of left center area. And has been pretty much that direction all day long since we've begun here. Game number 3 so far today. Bees lead it 5-1 here in the bottom of 5. And the leadoff man aboard, and Scott and Weston Dennis on the run for him. At the plate is Braden Pruitt. Barnes will step off. Now working out of the stretch with the runner on first. Delivers home. Swinging first pitch is Pruitt. He'll send that one up and out of play, and it's 0-1. So Pruitt came on to pitch for Sullins in the 4th, recorded a couple of outs, and then was able to work clean 5th, going 3 up, 3 down with a couple of ground outs and a pop out. Kane Bush able to make all 3 of those outs. 0-1 on the way from Barnes. Drops low. It's 1-1. I mentioned there's a little bit of action for the Bees in their bullpen, getting warmed up. Barnes will bring it home here. Check swing, check behind the runner, and they will apply the tag. It's not in time. I believe that was a called strike on the batter and Pruitt. And it's 1-2. Runner takes his lead off first in Dennis. Barnes will bring it home. Off speed, drops a little bit low. Nobody out just yet here in the fifth. The leadoff base runner reached by way of walk. It's 2-2 here to the batter and Braden Pruitt. They will check to first, diving back in safely, Dennis. Tag applied by Brown is over at first base. Mentioned those changes in the field. The only people that have not moved in this game have been the battery and the middle infielders and Dawson Mullins and Chris Worsing. Barnes ready with the 2-2. Brings it home. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. A big strikeout for Maddox Barnes in the first out of the inning here in the fifth. We got a little bit of a help there on that outside corner. But got him looking at it and threw it just close enough for his fourth strikeout of the ball game. So back to the top it goes. Gavin McGuire steps back in, and an RBI single is last time up. Is the only run of the game so far for Trousdale County. That first pitch from Barnes will miss a little bit outside. Mentioned Barnes' numbers coming into the contest today. He had a 5.40 ERA in 3 appearances, just 1 start in 11 2/3 innings. Had allowed 15 hits and 12 runs. He has been great today. 2 hits and 1 run so far. This one swung on and fouled off. It's strike 1. Got through 4 1/3 here in this outing so far in just his second start of the season. You may see Dawson Mullins on the mound coming up tomorrow for the Bees. Obviously, he's still kind of get back into the swing of things coming from the basketball team. Ryland Case, that same situation. That one dips low. It's ball 2. So they're still trying to find their rotation a little bit here early on in the season, albeit obviously started early on in March. But those basketball guys have begun to play a big part since they've returned. Runner, a big lead off of first, doesn't go. 2-1 swung on, check behind the runner, and diving back in safely. The count goes to 2-2. Barnes has had to work. Yellow Jackets been fairly patient at the plate. Haven't given him anything easy. 2-ball, 2-strike count to McGuire. Barnes brings it home. It's upstairs. Another check behind the runner. That time it gets all the way into right field. And fortunately, backing it up is Braden Wilkie out in right. He's able to quickly get it in, so the runner at first has to remain there. But the count is full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gavin McGuire at the plate. He'll choke up in that left-handed batter's box with a runner on first and 1 gone in the bottom of 5. The pitch off the end of the bat. We'll do it again. Coming up on that hour and 50-minute time limit. As the bottom of the 5th right now, they'll easily get the 6th in. The 7th will be the question. There's the pitch from Barnes, and that misses inside. Gets away from Huddleston. So able to advance up to second in the process is Dennis. So he was bouncing around for a while over at first base. It's going to be a walk anyways. 4th walk issued by Barnes. That's been about the only negative part for Barnes today are the 4 walks through 4 1/3. So to the plate now is the second baseman, Gavin Linville. He's been really solid defensively. 0 for 2 at the plate so far with a ground out and a fly out. And he'll step in here with the runners on first and second and 1 gone in the bottom of 5. Barnes trying to bear down and get a couple of outs to get out of the inning. Bees do have some guys warming up in the bullpen as well. You may even see a possible Chris Worsing sighting. Who knows? That could come tomorrow, too. We saw Jackson Green finish off game 1 today already. Barnes looks back to second, and home plate umpire is calling time anyways. UConn's had a hot start against Michigan State. 21-6 they lead early on in that game. They're on an 18-2 run. 11:01 to go in the first half. Michigan State has 6 points. Barnes looking back to second. Brings home the 1-0. And fouled off 1-1. Wind starts to pick up a little bit. You can see the flag out in center field. Now whipping, blowing from left to right. So it kind of changes directions a little bit. Had been blowing in for the most part. More of a crosswind. The 1-1 ready to go for Barnes. A few peeks back and delivers home. Off speed, good frame, and it's strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Linville at the plate. I think Barnes, he'd love a strikeout. I think he'd take a ground ball up the middle as well. Ready with a 1-2. That one hit hard out to left on a bounce. It lands in left field. It'll be a base hit. The ball in quickly. Cut by Hedrick at third. And the bases will be loaded after the single by Linville. Really good AB there as Barnes got ahead, but he's able to get a rope on it out to left field. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out in the bottom of 5 for the Yellow Jackets, who trail by 4 runs. And their DH man, Bo Cawthron, will come to the plate. Barnes now will try to make some really good pitches here for the Bees. Bees were able to strike for 4 runs back in the 4th. Went down in order in the 5th. And now there'll be a visit to the mound from Coach Shanks. I think he thought about for a second, letting Barnes go at it with bases loaded and 1 out. And it looks like Carson Shoup will be coming to the mound. So a call to the bullpen for the Bees. We'll step aside. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman's lead still 5-1, but the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of 5 for the Trousdale County Yellow Jackets. And it is Carson Shoup out of the bullpen. Kind of taking the role of rookie Allison with that right-handed sidearm action. Shoup hadn't had the best numbers so far this season, though. An 11.31 ERA, an 0-2 record in 4 appearances. He's had 1 start on the year. He's only gone 4 1/3 innings. Allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks and 2 strikeouts, and a batting average against of .389. So an opportunity here to bring those numbers down in a big spot with 1 out in the inning in the 5th and a 4-run cushion. So Maddox Barnes set him up, got it started, but all 3 base runners out there to his name right now. And the first batter that Shoup will have to face is the DH in the lineup for the Yellow Jackets, and Bo Cawthron. He's still going through his warm-up pitches. He's been able to pump a few strikes in there, and that's what the Bees are looking for right now. Trust the defense behind you. Made some changes in the field as well. You see Braden Green out there. He's at third base. Mullen's still at short. Worsing still at second. Brown is still at first. But now Shoup is on the mound. In relief of Maddox Barnes. So Barnes' book still open after 4 1/3. And Cawthron will step to the plate. Plate umpire asking for time. I just wanted to get the weight out of the way in the on-deck circle. And now we're ready to go. Shoup with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of 5. Delivers home the first pitch and misses outside. It's ball 1 to Cawthron. Cawthron 0 for 2 so far. A strikeout and a pop out to the right side of the infield. Here's the 1-0. There's a called strike in the outside corner. One ball, 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Big chance here for the Yellow Jackets to try to get back in after the Bees took a 5-1 lead back in the 4th. Best opportunity today for Trousdale County. That one, a called strike, and it's 2-2. Cawthron didn't like the call. Will step back in with a 2-2 count. Shoup ready to go. Delivers home. Swung on and missed. And a big strikeout for Carson Shoup for out number 2. So it's down to Eli right now with 2 outs and the bases loaded for Trousdale County. Shoup trying to step in and get a couple of big outs. Right, roped a single out to left his last time up. That first pitch in there for a called strike. And now Denton Huddleston will ask for time and walk out to the mound. Have a chat with his senior on the mound and Carson Shoup. It's an 0-1 count to right at the plate with 2 gone and the bases loaded for the Yellow Jackets. Shoup working out of the windup, ready to go. He'll step off. Has the sign now, and the 0-1. Breaking ball will miss outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike count here to right, the first baseman for Trousdale County. Hits this one hard out towards right center, and that ball is in the gap and down. Got to score a couple of runs at least. Right looking for 2. They'll send the runner from third as well, and it is a bases clearing double for Eli Wright, and it's a 1-run game in the 5th. What a big swing of the bat for the first baseman as he clears the bases and sends 3 runs home for Trousdale County. It's 5-4. So Shoup now has his first base runner aboard, and now a one-run ball game. And Barnes' book will come to a close with those 3 runs coming home. He'll get a runner on as well for Wright. Get a little bit more speed out there. Caden Jewell will come on to run for Eli Wright. So they get all their changes squared away as well. And the shortstop, Kane Bush, will step in for his 3rd plate appearance. He walked in the 2nd, flew out in the 4th. And Shoup now responsible for the runner at second base and 2 gone here in the 5th. And now a 1-run ball game. Swing and a miss. Coach Cozart will ask for time. He'll come have a chat with Caden Bush as well. And obviously, anytime you bring the side armor in there, it can throw you off a little bit. Didn't throw off Eli Wright, though. He cranked that one out to right center in the gap. Bush will trot back towards that right-handed batter's box with 2 away here in the 5th. A brand new ball game. Shoup delivers home. That misses outside. Huddleston, a nice glove on the backhand, stays in front of it to keep the runner at bay at second base in Caden Jewell. And the count now evens up into 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bush. He'll step back in. Shoup out of the stretch. Brings it home. And that one misses for ball 2. Two ball, 1 strike count to Bush with a runner on second base and 2 gone. The bottom of 5. 3 runs across already for the Yellow Jackets. The 2-1 is going to miss outside. And it's now 3 balls and a strike to Caden Bush at the plate for Trousdale County. Caleb Frucci standing in the on-deck circle. A lot of noise out on the field right now from the dugouts. The 3-1 on the way. Called strike on the outside corner, and the count runs full. Big one right here for Shoup. 3-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second base. As the tying run here in the 5th as well. Shoup delivers. It's ball 4 and runners on first and second now for the Yellow Jackets. So it'll be Caleb Frucci to the plate. And looks like Coach Farley was making his way out. Now Coach Shanks will make his way out before Coach Farley makes his way onto the field. Now he will. And he'll have a conference with his infield and Carson Shoup on the mound as well. 2 gone in the inning. Runners on first and second. Eli Wright was able to put it into the gap and clear the bases, bring home 3 runs to make it a 1-run game. Now runners on first and second base after the walk issued to Caden Bush. First walk issued by Shoup. He started it with a strikeout to Bo Cawthron. Then Wright was able to rope it to the outfield for the double. Jewell on to run for him, stands at second base now, and Bush at first with Caleb Frucci coming to the plate for his 3rd plate appearance. A ground out to Barnes back in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th. An opportunity here for the Yellow Jackets to maybe tie this one up. Shoup delivers home. That's a good strike across for strike 1. The off-speed roped into left, and the catch is made out in left field. Jackson Green out in left, makes the catch on the run, and a big out right there. It keeps Upperman on top by 1, 5-4. And that's the ball game. They have reached the time limit, so that was a big out right there as Jackson Green makes the catch on the run. They hit the time limit with the hour and 50 minutes. Trousdale County was taking the field, but that is the end of the game. So a big win for the Bees. They win by a final score of 5-4 in 5 innings. After Trousdale County almost amounts the comeback in the bottom of the 5th, we welcome you into the post-game show as the Bees win 2 games today. They beat Central Magnet in game number 1, 8-5, and Trousdale County in game number 5 in 5 innings, 5-4. And the Bees now sit at 6-8 on the season with a couple of wins in a row and have begun their win streak as they improve to 6-8 on the season. Once again, final score 5-4 in 5 innings today with the time hour and 50 minutes time limit for this one today. 5 runs on just 3 hits for the Bees, had 1 error in the field. Trousdale County 4 runs on 4 hits for the Bees today. Chris Worsing goes 1 for 3. He scored a run. 1 for 2 day for Jackson Green. He drew a walk out there as well. And a 1 for 1 day with 2 runs driven in and a run scored for Sawyer Brown. Maddox Barnes will get the win. He goes 4 1/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. Carson Shoup comes in for the final 2 outs. He gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. I'm going to go with Sawyer Brown for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. He came on in a big spot, drives home a couple of runs, and puts the Bees ahead as they get the win today, 5-4, and celebrating out in shallow left field. Back-to-back wins, and 2 wins on the day. They'll look for win number 3 tomorrow against Strasburg Franklin out of Ohio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's broadcast has been presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. For Cameron Hughes, I'm Jacob Vinson saying so long. Bees win it 5-4.